So hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lin Pung. I'm the founder of the Actually Speak app, and with me today is Dr. Deborah Healey, who is the creator of the How to Gamify course in the Actually Speak app. We are here at the TESOL convention in Long Beach, California, and we're going to do a short conversation to share with you more about gamification. So Dr. Deborah Healey, I would like to introduce her a little bit. I have been working with her for a few years now, starting with a presentation that she delivered in 2022, and then she became my mentor when I won the TESOL Leadership Mentoring Program in 2023. Dr. Deborah Healey is also an English language specialist with the U.S. Department of State, and she has done a lot of work in gamification. My pleasure to have you create the course and also to talk with you today. So Deborah, would you like to say a little bit more about you?
I've been teaching for a very long time, and now I'm basically just doing teacher training, teacher education, but I've also been working on a project with the Canadian group for technology standards that includes some AI content. So that's been fun, and gamification has just been a big part of what I've done lately in teacher education, and it's been fun.
Yeah. How did you get started in gamification?
Well, there was a course that was offered maybe in Pennsylvania, University of Pennsylvania, that was not designed for language teaching. It was just gamification. It was a MOOC. And so I said, well, let me try it. It was fascinating. I enjoyed it. They had various people talking and different activities. And so I said, okay, that's with a business perspective. Let's think about it for language teaching. And from there, I just started doing things with gamification and language teaching, starting around 2019.
Yeah, it's an exciting area for sure, because I noticed that it has been applied in many areas, and you mentioned business. So tell us about some projects that you have done in gamification.
Oh, I've done quite a few workshops with gamification. I've done courses. My master's level class in computer-assisted language learning was gamified, so teaching them about gamification through gamification. And then the workshop I did lately at the University of Washington, where the end result was a map of Seattle. That was very fun. Yeah, so they earned different pieces of the map and ended up with a map of Seattle at the end.
Yeah. No, I forgot to mention that Dr. Deborah Healey was the 2019-2020 president of TESOL International Association. So it's really my honor to be working with you. But I also know that you did a project with the U.S. Department of State. Is that Trace Effect or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. Trace Effects is a game. I mean, unfortunately, it was not maintained over the years, so you can't really play it anymore unless you have an older computer. But it was designed to be a game for language teaching. The idea behind it by people who didn't know about language learning was that you would play this game and you'd go from beginner to advanced in the course of 6 chapters. We tried to say that no, that's not how language learning works, but it was very fun to do, and it was a great game while it worked. And sadly now it no longer works. So now I do different kinds of specialist projects. Most recently I was in Mongolia talking about gamification and AI and other things.
Yeah.
So I enjoy doing those.
Yeah. So as you know, we have a course on gamification, but maybe in a few sentences, what do you think teachers need to know about gamification?
I think for me the main thing is that gamification is not using games. It's a way of thinking about teaching. It's an attitude toward the classroom and learning. That's not, you don't need to use games at all if you're gamifying. You don't need to use technology. You can, but you don't need to, because the idea is that the classroom environment becomes a space where people feel like players. They have agency, where you're using points to show progress, where it's not just the people at the top feeling good, it's everybody feeling like, oh, I'm making progress because I'm earning points and I'm going up. And so a big part of the reason you do it for me was this idea of grades demoralize the people who are not your superstars, your top students. Your top students are always happy with grades. They're always getting A's. They're always happy. But everybody else is sort of in the, I'd like to do well, but not me. And that's where points where you can see progress. Mm-hmm. If you're not really good at it, you don't see a lot of progress with grades, but you do with points. And so that really motivated me to say, let's see how this works. Let's see if we can really motivate people. And gamification was designed to motivate. Mm-hmm. I mean, to use in business, to motivate people to shop and keep shopping. Mm-hmm. That was the point.
Yeah.
And so you get points, you get green, you get stamps, you get badges, you get little rewards. All sorts of businesses use it, like Starbucks, and all sorts of businesses use it because it works. It keeps people coming back because they get more points if they come back.
Yeah. So great point. We use gamification to motivate students and keep them persist in learning by creating this gamified world where students see themselves as players and see meaning in what they do. So thank you for this little interview. But for teachers, if you want to learn more, you can start taking our course in the Actually Speak app. You just have to download the app and then search for Gamify, and you will find it and see many little videos that we did and some quizzes and a lot of resources that we provide in the course also. Thank you, and goodbye for now from Long Beach, California.
Hope to see you online.